An historical cemetery in Bristol, Virginia is believed to be filled with countless unmarked graves due to overgrowth and movement. Good evening, I'm Casey Getz. To help identify as many graves as possible, an ETSU professor is using drone technology to survey the land. News 5's Mara St. Marie learned how it works and why it matters.
Even the smaller graves here represent the little babies that didn't get to see this world. It's a story to be told.
The Citizens Cemetery is a historically segregated cemetery dating back to the 1800s.
It makes me wonder what they think that heaven's gonna be like. One side of heaven's gonna be, black, the other side of heaven's gonna be white. It's unheard of.
After being moved 3 times, the location became overgrown and unkept. That's when groups of volunteers led by the Citizens Cemetery Board began volunteering and raising money to help restore it.
These are those that came out to actually not only show interest by words, but by deeds.
Reverend Jackie Knopflin is the president of the board. Her connection to the cemetery is personal.
My biological father is buried here, and I too would like to be buried here. All I know is I want to give respect and honor to whatever area that we can for the graves that we will find.
That's when the board called ETSU Associate Professor Eileen Ernenwine to see if she could help.
There's so many instances where the cemetery has fallen out of repair and there's unmarked graves and things like that. And it's the one thing that you really usually don't want to dig up.
Ernenwine was able to use 2 drones, one with a LiDAR sensor and one with a thermal camera. She said this allowed her to look at signs for graves that may not be visible to the human eye.
The best advice is to use more than one method so that you'll each one of them will add a little bit more information and you'll get the most complete picture of what's going on.
The LiDAR sensor uses light reflections to find slight level changes in the ground.
That sensor can get points like 1 every centimeter. So that's an amazingly high resolution scan. Historic graves are often, there's a little bit of a depression. It's very subtle. You can be walking along the ground and not see it.
The thermal camera detects the temperature of different areas in the ground.
You see a different radiant temperature in the grave compared to out of the grave. And there could be a million reasons why. It changes the microbiology in the soils, changes everything about that environment.
Currently, Ernenwine says it's too soon to know exactly how many unmarked graves there are. She plans to continue researching and helping Reverend Knopflin eventually identify where unmarked graves could be.
These are stories. Each grave, each marker tells us a story.
In Bristol, Virginia, Mara St. Marie, News 5 WCYB.